Hello, dear ones! And I'm back again. So, nag-i-English ulit ako kasi may isa akong follower. Gusto niyang marinig daw yung story in English. So, pipilitin natin mag-English ngayon. I will try my best to talk in English. Our topic for today is about what was the problem, why my baby was in ICU, NICU. The problem was he have meconium. Means meconium is like that is the first poop of the baby that get in his lungs. It went in his lungs while he was inside my womb before giving birth. That's why it affected his breathing. So I will put here what is the meconium and why it happens. So yun na nga, ang hirap. Ang hirap mag-English. So that's why my baby stayed in ICU for almost a month. Actually, 2 days before his first month, the nurse called us. Actually, they called my husband first. They called my husband that our baby is fine already and we're fine to get him out from the ICU. Actually, first he was in NICU when he was first born for how many days, like maybe 5 days, and then after that it's not just meconium. That's why he stayed almost a month in ICU because he had also an infections in his blood. There was an infection. The doctor asked me if I had any infections during my pregnancy. But I told him that I didn't have any infections, and my husband even showed him my my husband even showed him my medical reports, my laboratory reports during my pregnancy, because from there we didn't have any the OB didn't tell us anything that I have an infections that may affect the baby. So the doctor said, okay. And then, so we don't know how we got that infections. That's why that caused the baby to stay in the ICU for almost a month. And every day we used to go in the hospital very far from our house to visit him for like maybe 30 minutes only, because they didn't allow us to stay for long with the baby. I cannot touch the baby. He's inside the incubator. So we're just outside looking at him. Every time we go there, we're praying. Every morning, every night before sleep, me and my husband prayed, always praying to uh, that we hope our baby will be fine soon so we can bring him back, bring him home soon. And so that's the reason why my baby stayed in the hospital for for almost a month. Um, so before that happened, I had, as I told in my first video, my OB told me that I have high blood. My blood pressure was high, so I was thinking maybe it is because of it. But my husband, no, it's not because of that. Then then I realized that's why the nurse was not giving my baby when I asked every time when I was still in the hospital. That's why they're not telling me what happened to my baby. Maybe because they don't want me to get emotional because I just gave birth. And then so the first time that I saw my baby is when I will be going out from the hospital, when I discharged already. I just saw my baby for the first time in the picture that my husband took when he came to visit me in the hospital after 2 days, on my second day in the hospital after giving birth, because the first day, when I just gave birth, he cannot come that time because it's past visiting hours already. So uh so so the second day after my delivery, he came, and then I told him that I didn't see yet the baby. And then he said that yeah, he is in ICU. So at first I didn't realize yet at all that it's like it didn't sink in my mind that there is any problem. I just thought that he just need to be in ICU for like to be strong a little bit. And then I told him, I asked the doctor before if I can go in ICU to visit my child. The doctor said you can go anytime, but I cannot because I am cesarean, so I cannot walk. I can go by the wheelchair, but my husband didn't allow me because I might be baby, because he is thinking that maybe I will cry if I see my baby inside the incubator. So okay, so I just asked him to go and take picture. So that time he went alone, and then when he come back, he took a picture of him and he showed me. So I saw my baby for the first time in the picture only. Then after after 3 days, we went. My husband came, and we went down to the ICU to see the baby. That's the first time I see the baby. I saw the baby. I saw my. That's the first time I saw my child. And before that, my husband spoke to the doctor, and the doctor told that he have some serious breathing problem, that our child have serious breathing problem with this, and then the doctor told that the doctor even told my husband not to worry, because they're doing their best. And when my husband messaged me and told me that our baby is having serious problem in breathing, that I got emotional so much, and I even cried. I was eating that time. I didn't even finish eating. And my husband as well. He didn't come so soon to meet me in my ward. He stayed outside also just to uh, stay calm, because he was emotional as well. He doesn't want to show me. And then so so after that, he came up and then told me everything. When he came up, I was in the bathroom. I was just freshing up because I cried. And then when he came again, I cried because I was really upset, because I was thinking it is because of me. That's why my baby have like that kind of problem. I was thinking, what did I do wrong? I was blaming myself. What did I do wrong as well? Why my baby become like that? So my husband my husband told me to calm down, just relax, and don't stress myself too much, because I just give birth, and he doesn't want me to be emotional so much. So he pampered me, he comforted me. My husband was very caring. So, and I was very thankful because my husband always telling me and reminding me to be strong for the baby. And then, so after that, after I ate, maybe it's around 4 o'clock, I think, or 5 o'clock, we went down in ICU to check the baby, to check our baby. So I went there, and then for the first time, I saw my baby, and it was so emotional. But I'm trying, because my husband told me, I don't want to, bring you there downstairs because maybe you will just cry. So I said, no, I will not cry. I will try my best to be strong. So I tried my best to be strong. I went there. We went there, and even if I wanted to cry, I stopped myself from crying. I hold my tears, and then I just talk to my baby to get well soon, even telling him to be strong. He, when I saw my baby, he looks very weak, and that time I was very, I pity him. And I'm telling myself, I'm telling God that please heal my baby. Whatever whatever um whatever it is that he's feeling, just give it to me. I don't want my baby to suffer a lot and to feel too much pain, because he's just a baby. He have so much wires in his body. He have tube in his nose and also in his mouth to help him breathe properly. So I feel pity on my baby because he doesn't deserve it. He is just a baby and he's suffering so much already. He was just a newborn. So I thank God because finally my baby is out. Now he is very, very active, talking too much. He's already talking too much and smiling a lot. So that's the story why my baby stayed in ICU for almost a month. When we went in ICU, because we went home already, I was discharged already, and then the baby stayed in ICU still. He didn't came out with me because he still need to recover. So I went out from the hospital. I discharged already, and before we go, we still visit him. And on that day when we visit him, that's the first time he hold my hand, he hold my finger, and he was not letting it go as well. It's like he was holding my hand and telling me, please don't go, I needed you. That was the first time that You hold my hand. So there, we left. And he stayed in ICU still. So after a few days, every day, when I got discharged from the hospital, after that, every day we used to come to visit him and spend like almost 30 minutes or more than 30, not more than, almost 30 minutes to be with him and praying while we're there, praying for his recovery, that we hope he will recover fast, he will recover, so we can bring him home soon. Then um on the sixth, I'm not sure what the how many days it was when he was transferred in isolation, because that time, when we came to visit him in ICU, so from the door only we can see him because he's near to the door of ICU, and there was a baby moving, so we thought it was our baby because that is his place. And I told my husband, I was happy to tell my husband, look, our baby is moving, I think he is fine, I think he is recovering already. And then so we came inside, the nurse came and asked, who are we visiting? I said, because in the baby's name, it is written there, the baby of the mother name. So we told my name, Amadel. And then there was a Filipina nurse. She told us, oh, your baby was in isolation because he had a high fever also, so they kept him in isolation. So I thought he was fine, that's why they separate him already, because there was a special care unit, and there was ICU and ICU. So they said that if the baby is in special care unit, that means uh he's recovering already, and soon he will be out from the hospital. We can discharge him soon in the hospital. So I was first I didn't realize that he was in isolation. I thought they put him in the special care unit. So I was happy. Why didn't tell us? Why didn't call us? They didn't call us to tell that our baby is already in special care unit. And then so the nurse guide us where our baby was. So we went in that room, and then we saw, and then that she told us that our baby is in that other, in because there was so many rooms. They are in one room each, separate, so they were isolated. And then so the doctor spoke to us. The nurse told us that the nurse told the doctor that the parent of this child are there already. So the doctor spoke to us and right away asked me, you're the mother of the baby number 3, the baby in the room number 3, right? He asked, and then I said yes. Why, what happened? Your baby have high fever because he's having high fever. That's why we kept him in the isolation room, and the cause is because he have an infection. And he right away asked me, do you have any infections during your pregnancy? I told I didn't have any infections during my pregnancy. I had all my lab tests, lab records, laboratory tests, and the OB-GYN didn't even tell me, or didn't tell that I have any infections. And during every time we come to visit our baby, my husband is always bringing the file, because we also need to my husband need to get the birth certificate of our child from the hospital as well. So My husband told that her laboratory here, all her laboratory results here, and we can show you that there's no any infections. She didn't have any infections during her pregnancy. My husband told the doctor, and then the doctor checked it, and I went to the room while my husband was talking to the doctor. I went to the room where my baby was. So it was glass. We cannot go near him. Unlike when he was in the ICU, in ICU, we can go near him, we can touch him. But when he was transferred in isolation room, we there was a glass. He sits in the room. There was a glass, and then we're just looking through the glass while he is inside the incubator as well. I can feel his pain. He's very weak, and he have so much virus injected in his hand, in his feet. So I feel very sad. I feel very bad because he's experiencing too much pain while he's still a baby. I'm sure he cannot bear the pain of the needles. So that's why I was always crying when I was at home already. I always cried, and during that time my husband don't know. Actually, during my delivery, when I delivered, my husband took a leave of 15 days, and then after 15 days he need to go back to work. So it was already after um no, it's not yet 15 days. So during his 15 days of leave, every day we're always going to the hospital to visit our child. And then even I am cesarean, they said that if you're cesarean, you should not move too much, you should not travel a lot. But what should I do? I want to see my child. I cannot stay at home, and I really wanted to see my child every day. So even my husband told me that on the next day, because of course we're working, and actually during lockdown, most of us here in Kuwait, the salary was cut. Some other people, their salary was just 50%. Some other people, 100% of their salary they're not getting because of the lockdown. And me, even me, during my like maybe 2 months or 3 months, I'm not sure. I and even me, our salary was cut to 30%. Even my husband. So during that time, we didn't have that much enough money. We didn't save enough money. So even even we don't have that much money, we're still going to see our baby, to check on him. How is he every day? Is he recovering every day? Because we really wanted him to come home soon. We really wanted to know if he's fine already, so that we can prepare, or we can we can take him home soon. so so he stayed there. The doctor, every time we come there, we always wanted to talk to the doctor, but the doctor is sometimes he's not there, or sometimes their rounds is finished. So we're just staying there to check on him, and sometimes talking to the nurse, and the nurse sometimes cannot assist us or cannot talk to us. They were busy as well. So, and we're shy also talk to the nurse. And while he was in the hospital, I'm giving my breast milk to the baby. I'm The nurse told me to breast pump, so they can feed the baby if ever the baby already can drink milk, because while he was in the isolation, I think in ICU, he cannot still drink milk. So they just give me a container to put the milk whenever I breast pump. So I did, every after 3 hours, I'm doing breast pump and putting it in the freezer to keep so that if ever the nurse will call and that they needed the milk, we can give right away. So I have enough breast milk that I kept in the freezer. So that time when the nurse told us that they needed the breast milk, I gave. Okay, so I always bring milk for my baby, and every time we go there, I always bring milk, and every time we go home, I always ask for the container so that I will have a container to put my breast milk. So um, I think, I'm not sure when he started drinking the milk. The nurse said, that time the nurse said that he is not sucking very well, so that's why they need to feed him by the pipe. They're putting pipe on him going to his stomach, so that the milk, whenever he need to be fed, they will just put in that pipe, so it will go straight to his stomach. And then he's having fever still, uh, while he is in the isolation. And then I don't know how many days he stayed there. The doctor said that he need to complete the 14 days of antibiotic. He's still a child, but still a newborn, but he's having antibiotic already because of that infection. It is The infection was called gram-negative sepsis. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, but that is what is written where he was in. So it is written gram-negative sepsis. That was the infection he had. I always ask the doctor about his condition, and the doctor is always telling that he is fine, he's recovering, he's he's responding very well, and there's nothing to worry. But I was like very eager to take my baby out soon. That's why I'm very upset. The doctor is so the doctor said that he need to finish the 14 days antibiotic. So that's why he stayed in special care unit. So we were happy. They called my husband that our baby is already transferred to special care unit. So we were happy that he is already fine, because as I told earlier, if the baby is already in the special care unit, that means he will just stay there for a little time, and then just to recover a bit, and then we can take him home. But then still he stayed there for like maybe more than 2 weeks, I think, or I mean almost 2 weeks, or just 1 week, I'm not sure. Still we stayed there, and every day I am still crying at home alone while my husband is out at work, because I don't know, I can't help it. Maybe because I'm already a mother and I can feel my baby's pain. And I really wanted him to go home already because of course I wanted to take care of him. I wanted to feel, I wanted to experience how to hold him, how to feed him with my breast. So like that, I'm always crying. And then every time my husband come, he always comfort me. He always cheer me up. Don't worry, our baby will be fine. He is fine. He is fighting, and don't. He is already in special care unit. That means he will come home soon. So don't worry. You don't need to be emotional so much. He always tell me that. So yeah. So that's why I appreciate my husband that much during that time. Even now, he's very supportive. So, and we're very thankful that finally, after almost a month, our baby is home already. That he's ready to go home. That he's fine, really fine. We were so happy and relieved. Our family, my in-laws are very happy. Were very happy that time when we told that we can bring our baby home already. We're very thankful to God because He heard our prayers, and we're very thankful always, all the time, and grateful also because God is all making His way, to using some people to help us in many other ways. And there are so many people who help us a lot, especially our friends and our family who prayed for our baby's fast recovery. So that's it. Our baby suffered a lot, means not suffered, maybe he had been through a lot in the hospital because of meconium, and because of the sepsis. But now my baby is very, 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 very fine. He is very, what do you call this, he's not naughty. He is already very strong. He is trying to stand already. Even if you will just make him sit, he will try to stand up. He's just 2 months. He just turned 2 months, the 7th of this month, November 7. He just turned 2 months, and he's very strong now. Playful, talking too much. So we're very happy that he's very strong now. So that's it. I hope you like my video, and sorry for crying too much. I'm just being emotional every time I remember my baby's journey in ICU. I always feel emotional every time I talk about it as well, because really I really can't imagine why my baby need to experience all those things. But thank God he's very fine now. So that's it. If you're still watching till here, I thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. That's the story of my baby, why he stayed in the hospital for almost a month. So thank you for watching, and see you again next time. Bye.